This Sonic game is the first attempt at making a Sonic racing game, even before Sonic R. Many people don't know this since it was only released in Japan for the Sega Game Gear. However, it was brought to America by Sonic Collections, but never really got any reaction in the fandom. Is this because the game is awful and forgettable, or was it because it wasn't marketed as well? Well, let's find out. The boys, including Eggman, I guess they settled the beef, debate about who would be the winner in the Sonic Drift car race. While they were arguing, Amy intruded on the conversation and announced she would be participating in the race. During the announcement, Sonic already sped off to get away from Amy, and the others followed to start the Sonic Drift race. In Sonic Drift, there are 3 GPs. Each GP is 6 tracks long and progressively get harder. Now, let's get to the simple point system. After every race, you get a certain amount of points depending on your placement. Whoever gets the most amount of points after 6 races wins. Pretty simple system, but I can't say the same thing for the characters do have stats, but I'm just going to name my experience with them by linking them. The worst, unfortunately, is Tails. His turns and acceleration is good, but he's so slow. It's really hard to pass anyone up with him due to his lack of speed. Third, I'm gonna have to go with Eggman. While he's fun due to his high max speed, his acceleration is awful. If you go off track or hit something, you will automatically be in 3rd or 4th place due to his acceleration. His turns are also not the greatest. When he's at his max speed, I often have to slow down to not go off road. Second best, I'm gonna have to go with Sonic. His max speed is slower than Eggman's, but he's pretty good in every stat. Although, his speed is a bit above average compared to everyone else, but his turning is a little below average. The best character is surprisingly Amy, who is better than Sonic in every stat except for maybe an inch slower than Sonic, but her control behind the wheel definitely makes up for it. Also, her acceleration is insane, bro. Oh my god. I clutch up so many times. On top of every character getting their own stats for the driving portion, when you get 2 wings, they also get their own special items. Special items include Sonic gives a little boost, Tails jumps, which gives him a little extra speed, Eggman places a mine, which can slow down other races, and Amy has an obstacle shaped like a heart, which slows down the other players and reverts their controls. While a major flaw is the balancing of the characters, I can appreciate the amount of differences in the playstyle each character has. When I play Mario Kart 64, for example, I only feel a small difference in speed and weight, but Sonic drifts over here doing special items before Mario Kart Double Dash, and that to me is a feat. The tracks are not really special at all. A major problem is that they repeat for every GP and they make for harder turns. Sure, the last few tracks are a little bit cool, like you're going to space or whatever, or going to Frosty the Snowman land. However, for the most part, it's just repeats, so like there's legit no variety. They did not even do the Sonic CD strategy and just change the color. Like, I know it's the Game Gear, but at least spice something. The driving takes a little getting used to because the turns are sharp and you can easily oversteer. But once you get used to it, it gets really fun. Sure, you have to play the game like a perfectionist because when you run into an obstacle, it's really hard to catch up. The computers, especially second place, have a rubber banding type of AI, which basically means they will always be on your tail no matter how good you are. Some argue this keeps the tension going, but others think it's unfair. I have an opinion of I don't mind rubber banding, but different opinions for everyone, am I right? You can still do a breakaway, but it requires really good skill. Like, I only did it a few times and I played so many rounds with this game. In order for you to come back or to have at least a little chance, there are items spawned in the literal middle of the track, and they always spawn at the same spot. The jump swing is the same as Tails power up, where you jump in the air, and when you land, you gain a boost. High speed. It's in this title. What's next? Invincible? Oh, that's actually okay, we're doing really good on the naming department, guys. Okay, just bring me to the ending. When completing the What Chaos GP, in first place, you get awarded with a cutscene of the character you play as, showing off what would happen if they win the GP, which ranges from the character giving a thumbs up, to a character gaining karma, to Amy loving Sonic. Now honestly, before I give my rating, I want to say that I think I'm more optimistic about reviewing media, so I usually overrate stuff, but I actually think Sonic Drift is a good Sonic spin-off, and the character variety gives good replay value. And the presentation and charm of it, oh my god, it is legit so peak. I love every cutscene. So I'm actually gonna rate it the same as Sonic 1, which seems like I also overrate, according to the fandom. But at least I'm having fun with the series. I would recommend trying it out. I mean, you can't really buy it anymore, but if you have a Sega collection, consider trying it out.